Hi, so today I'm going to do a cool winter look with a deep berry lip, a cool light eyeshadow and a liquid line. I already have foundation on. I applied the Bourjois Happy Light foundation with the number 7 makeup brush, which I find to be really good for application and blending. I have that on all over. I have concealer underneath my eye and that's it. So to start off, just going to keep a cool wash of shadow on the lid. This is the NARS palette in Vent Glacé, and I love these two cool shades here because they're so wintry and there's no warmth in them whatsoever, and that just looks really, really good in the wintertime with pale porcelain skin. I'm not going to put any bronzer on with this look, just a little bit of blusher, and that will be it. So taking a small bit of this palest shade here and loading up my brush, I'm going to apply all over the lid here. Cool tone shadows work very well with berry lips. And just sweep it all over the eye. And it makes the eyes look quite bright and fresh as well, which I think is quite nice. As with all eyeshadow, make sure you're giving a good coverage over the area. No gaps where you can see through to skin. And just sweep it up all the way over the brow bone here. Not completely up to the actual eyebrows, so use your finger to buff it out slightly, but just so it gives this nice, clean, bright looking sheen to the eyes. And if you feel like you don't have enough on, take a little bit with your finger and press it on over the top like this. This will intensify the pigment in it and intensify the shine. Now the next thing is a liquid liner. I'm using the Lancome Art Liner, which is very good. One of these felt applicators, which I personally love. I think that the brushes are a little bit harder to handle, so these applicators are fantastic. Start the line in the center of the eye and draw it out in tiny, tiny little strokes. Don't try and do the whole eye in one sweep. And turn your head this way into the mirror so that you can see the angle that you're working on. If you look straight, dead straight into the mirror, it's actually very hard to do all of the eye. So just turn slightly like this into the mirror. When you get to the outside here, you want to do a little flick. Just follow up the line of the eye like this, so it's pointing upwards, not straight out. Sometimes easy if you squint your eye a tiny bit like this so you can actually see the line as it sweeps out like that. Keep loading up your brush as well with these. That's the key to these little felt applicators. They run out of product as you're going across the eye and then it might drag and bump. So keep loading it up, you'll be fine. Next thing, mascara. This look is quite wide-eyed and bright, so you're not loading on liner on the bottom. When the lip goes on, you'll see that the focus is all about the lip rather than the eye. This is the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express. Now, you do need something underneath to balance what's on top, so I just use a very, very light shadow that relates. I'm going to use the darker shade that's in this palette, so something that's a similar colour family, but that isn't too dark, so the focus is on the black liner at the top. Just brush a small amount under here. Just opens the eyes slightly a bit more. Next thing, brows. And for this look, a strong brow complements the eyeliner very, very well. So you can pretty much go for it with the brows. This is the Stila brow powder that I'm using. The brow pencil works really well for this as well, so you can build up this great intensity. Now for this I'm not using bronzer. As I said, I'm going to keep the skin tone quite porcelain and cool toned. I am going to apply a little bit of a cream blush though from Stila. The shade is called Peony. And I just add a tiny bit here to the cheeks. with your fingers, just dab it on like this. You can use this product with a brush, but I think you have much more control with your fingers. Just on the apples of the cheeks, these bits here. You're not contouring or bringing anything out here towards the hairline with this look at all. Just a tiny bit of colour here. Now for the lips. I am going to use a Catrice lip liner to just sketch out the shape of the lips. Just get your shape. Fill it in slightly. And then get your colour. I'm using this Chanel Gloss in Controversy, which I love because it's a deep, deep wine and it just feels so good in wintertime to wear this kind of tone. Now it's not for all, it's quite strong, but I think it looks really good, particularly when you're wearing black. As it's a gloss, they do wear off slightly quicker, but because you have the pencil underneath as a base, it's going to last a tiny bit longer, tiny bit. So that was my cool toned winter look. Thanks for watching.